Hello beautiful and welcome to the channel. Today's video is a what I eat in a day as a 40-year-old mama in perimenopause. Real practical recipes that help me hit at least 30 grams of protein and 10 grams of fiber in each meal, helping me stay full and feel satisfied throughout the day. So if you're in perimenopause and you're just looking for some inspiration for what to eat, girl, I got you. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Charlene Town and I am a 40-year-old mama in perimenopause. Like I said earlier, sharing healthy habits, healthy recipes, and just sharing my journey through perimenopause, as I have shared my 45-pound weight loss postpartum. I have shared my chronic pain and chronic illness journey with you and my hair journey with you. So I'm just here to share all of the real life things coming from a place of self-love instead of self-hate. So if you are looking for a community of like-minded women to help support you along that journey, you've made it to the right place. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's jump right into this video. Alright ladies, first up we've got breakfast, and this is one of my go-tos right now. It's my GLP-1 Scramble that I originally got from Maddie, thanks girl. I actually shared this full recipe a couple weeks ago in my high protein, high fiber breakfast recipe video, so go check that out if you want all the details. Today I'm using zucchini, 2 whole eggs, a 1/4 cup of egg whites, and 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed to help boost the fiber. Then I top it all off with Greek yogurt and some fresh salsa because it is so good. And on mornings like this, I love taking it outside to eat. Even 5 minutes of slowing down for breakfast sets such a different tone for my whole day. Oh my goodness, you guys, today was one of those days and I needed to make myself an extra coffee. So here I am making myself a pour over. I was dragging a little this morning, so I'm using this as my pre-workout boost before I head outside for my workout. Today's workout is a mix of yoga, breathwork, strength, and cardio circuits, something that I have been loving teaching in my yoga studio and can't wait to bring it to my yoga channel. I filmed the whole thing if you want to follow along. It'll be up on Charlene Town Yoga really soon, so don't forget to go follow me over there for more. Alright ladies, one of my favorite ways to refuel my body after a workout is making a smoothie, and my favorite right now is this strawberry peanut butter. The base is 1 cup water, 6 frozen strawberries, half a banana, a tablespoon of flaxseed, tablespoon of chia seeds, and a tablespoon of cacao nibs. I like cacao nibs for a little crunch because it helps me chew my smoothie and it helps me stay full for longer. I also add 1 scoop of vanilla whey protein isolate, which is about 10 grams of protein, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and a tablespoon and a half of peanut butter. And I only did 1 scoop of protein powder today because I snacked on 4 ounces of leftover chicken while I was blending up my smoothie because I was so hungry. I do really try to get most of my protein from whole food sources and use protein powder more as a boost when I need it. And then of course I'm taking it back outside because even on a cloudy day, spending time outside for me just helps regulate my nervous system and I love it. Hey ladies, I just wanted to pop in here and chat with you guys really quick. So if you don't want to hear our like little sit down chit chat and you're only here for the what I eat in a day, there will be a chapter that says dinner. It's a brand new dinner recipe. It's a 1-pan chicken dinner recipe. You're definitely going to want to try it. So just skip this section, click the little chapter marker for dinner and go enjoy the dinner recipe. But for those of you guys that are here for all of the things, I did want to sit down and just chat with you guys really quickly because I know that I share what I eat in a days and and I share like workouts and stuff. But for me personally, and what I always come back to is I want to eat foods from a place of self-love. I want to nourish myself from a place of self-love, not from a place of punishment and self-hate. And when I move my body and I go outside and I get steps in and I do workouts and I maintain the curiosity for like listening to my body, I do that from a place of self-love and curiosity instead of a place of self-hatred and punishment and needing to change my body and force her to be something that she's not. Because let me tell you, I have lived for a very long time in the mindset of, well, eat as little as possible so that you can be the smallest version of possible to feel worthy. And it always came from a place of punishment and shame and guilt, right? And so after I had my daughter, my mindset really changed. And I just wanted to sit down and like share this mindset shift with you guys, because at the end of the school year back in May and in June, I was really struggling, okay? There was a lot of transition happening, and I know for myself personally that, you know, the beginning of school year is always really hard for me and the end of the school year is really hard for me because I really have to change my mind. Like I really have to change my brain from either, you know, I'm in work mode and my daughter's in school to my daughter's home all the time, or I have my daughter all the time and now I don't have my daughter. Like right now I'm in a season of change too, where like I'm really missing my daughter and it's like trying to get back into the swing of working and not navigating all the kid stuff, you know? But at the end of May, I lost my dog. We got really sick. Me and my daughter, we were sick for like 2 weeks, and I got out of the routine of working out. I was barely eating because I was so sick. And what I was eating was like crackers and like little tiny things just to try to settle my stomach because we were so sick. And so by the beginning of June, I had stopped working out. I had stopped eating like anything really good for myself. And I noticed negative self-talk. I was really struggling, okay? I wasn't moving my body, and moving my body just helps my mental health, it helps my physical health. But I noticed the negative self-talk was like really creeping in. Like I'd look at myself in the mirror and I would be really judging myself like, ooh, the cellulite on your thighs, girlfriend. Maybe you need to eat a little less. Maybe you should be lifting weights more. You know what I mean? Like, how can you change your body? How can, like, the thoughts, like the negative thoughts were just really creeping in. And I was just looking at people on social media and thinking, wow, I feel like I would be more valuable if I looked like that. Wow, I wish I could lose a little bit of weight. I wish I had a little bit more muscle on my body. Like just negative self-talk was like really taking over. And I don't know about you, but when you stop moving your body and you stop eating the really healthy way that you were, I don't know about you, but I also just don't feel good in my body. And so the negative self-talk, I wasn't moving my body. I was just like, there was a lot going on. And we were doing the 3-2-1 challenge, which I really love. And I was really supporting that group of women. And I was going through old programs that I had of like, well, how can I continue to help serve women? And I just like came across an old program that I had called the Self-Love Reset. And I was just like going through that old program and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot how good this is. Like I started doing some of the journal prompts, and then I started doing the workout videos because they had daily workout videos, and the workout videos were like cardio, yoga, Pilates, fusion. And they were like 20-30 minutes, and they weren't really heavy weights. They were like light weights to no weights. And it was like, I got my body back into the habit of moving again. And that program, it has like mindset stuff. So it really helped. One, it helps like cultivate self-love and helps you identify negative self-talk. And I was like, okay, definitely was dealing with negative self-talk. Where was it coming from? I discovered where it was coming from. The other thing that program really helped me see was that I wasn't clear on what I really wanted for myself. You know, how do I want to show up? How do I want to show up in my life for my family, for my job? Like I was looking externally for validation. I was looking externally of like, okay, well, this business person is doing it this way. That's how I must need to do it. This mom is showing up for her kids that way. That's how I must need to do it, you know, instead of saying, okay, well, what feels right to me? What does a good business look like to me? What does being a good mama look like to me? And so I got really clear on what it was that I really wanted and how I wanted to show up. And I took a break from all of my social media for a little while because I needed to be there with my daughter. And I needed to take some time for myself because my mind was so messed up. You guys, it was so messed up. And I needed to take some time to really work on loving myself, not judging myself in the mirror, not beating myself up for not getting a video up, and not beating myself up for sitting on the floor and playing with my kid for 4 hours because that's what she wants to do. Because I feel like there was a lot of push and pull in my mind about what I thought being a good mom or a good business owner. And I didn't have boundaries for work, and I didn't have boundaries for me and my daughter. And I mean healthy boundaries. Like, mommy's got to work sometimes, but mommy also really wants to be present with her when I'm with her. And so I went through the program because I needed to connect back with myself, and I needed to rediscover and debunk those limiting thoughts and beliefs that were holding me back from showing up for my life and with my daughter, with my job, with my husband, all of the things. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys, because if you are in a season where you're feeling okay, well, I'm going to watch this, what I eat in a day, because maybe what she's eating is going to help me fix whatever's going on inside of me, or maybe this is going to help fix, you know what I mean? Maybe if I do this, maybe it'll fix me. Or how, I don't know if you guys ever struggle with those thoughts or beliefs of I'm going to watch this video of her working out, of her eating a certain way, and then I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll emulate that, and then I'll finally maybe look like her, or maybe I'll get the body that I want. And one, I never want to share my content in a way that is you need to eat like me and move like me or look like me. That's never it. I always want to just share what I'm eating to show you guys that it's possible. I want to share healthy recipes because I love healthy recipes and I constantly need ideas. And so I'm hoping that I can give you guys some inspiration of just trying a new healthy recipe, But if you are in a season where you are noticing that you are looking for external validation, maybe you notice that negative shame spiral of you walk by the mirror and all the negative thoughts start running oh, I have too many wrinkles on my face. Oh, the cellulite on my thighs. Oh, my stomach's too fat. Whatever the thoughts are that come up when you see yourself in the mirror. Really, it's not about making your body a different size. It's about changing your mindset and saying, I'm actually beautiful the way I am. I'm lovable just the way that I am. And it's loving and accepting this body so that we can make healthy choices from a place of self-love instead of from a place of self-hatred. Because when we come from a place of self-love, you're going to stick to your walks and your healthy meals and all that so much longer. It'll become your lifestyle instead of just something that you do for a short period of time because you're trying to hate and shame and blame yourself into a body that you think is going to make you feel more valuable and worthy of love and of acceptance and validation from others. We need to let go of validation from others and really just, it's self-love, right? We need to love ourselves first, and we need to show other people how to love us by loving ourselves enough to set boundaries, to do kind things for ourselves, to show up for ourselves, right? Because nobody else can really do it for us. We need to do it for ourselves. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys, and that you are worthy of the life that you want, the body that you want, everything that you want. You are already worthy in the body, in the life that you have now. You just need to start taking little steps to get to the place that you want to go, right? Because if you're not where you really want to be, the only way to get there is one small step at a time. And I know that you can get there. And so if you are struggling with negative mindset, if you are struggling with seeking outside validation, maybe you've got negative thoughts and beliefs of unworthiness holding you back, you should definitely check out the Self-Love Reset. It's a 2-week program. It's 2 weeks, but it's Monday through Friday, so it's only 10 days. It's short, but it is so effective. You've got a daily workout Monday through Friday. You've got a daily mindset video, whether that's an EFT tapping practice, a meditation, or a guided visualization. The workouts are 30 minutes or less. The mindset videos are 5 to 10 minutes max. Some of them are just positive affirmations that you can say out loud. There's an audio file that you can listen to. I have it it. I listen to it in my car when I'm like noticing anxious thoughts or beliefs or whatever coming up. I can just turn it on my phone. It's an audio file. It'll play through my car, and I say positive affirmations out loud to myself. Like, that's been so helpful for me, especially with the new school year starting, because I always notice a little bit of anxiety. Like, I miss my daughter leaving. Like, did I leave too soon? Did I not say goodbye long enough? Like, is she sad? Is she gonna miss me? All of the thoughts start coming up. So then I turn on my positive affirmations instead of detaching or just being sad and like living in that anxious thought. I shift the thoughts to positive affirmations. And then there's just daily journal prompts, and it really guides you through this journey of really discovering your thoughts and beliefs, debunking what they are, where they came from, how they keep showing up for you. We release those negative thoughts, we shift that energy out of your body, and then it's all about taking those steps. How are we going to show up for ourselves? How do you want to show up for yourself? How do you want to be? Who is the woman that you want to be? Because you have to envision who she is. That way you can start taking steps in order to get there. So if you guys are wanting or needing any of that, check the link in the description box down below. Go check out, get more information about the self-love reset. It is honestly so incredible. Once you get that program, it's yours for life, and you can come back to those videos as often as you want. You can come back to the journal prompts as often as you want. It's just so incredible. Check that out if that's something that you guys are interested in. And without further ado, let's jump into tonight's dinner, because it is such a good one, you guys. You're definitely gonna want to try it. So let's go make some dinner. All right, ladies, dinner tonight is one of my new all-time favorites. It's a one-pan chicken, rice, and veggie bake, and it is so good. You're definitely gonna want to try it. First, you start with rice on the bottom, then layer on your favorite veggies. I used a ridiculous amount of cherry tomatoes from my garden because they were about to go bad, but you do really want to add tomatoes to this one. I also added broccoli, but Brussels sprouts or asparagus would work great too. Then I made a quick homemade pesto in my bullet blender. You can definitely buy pesto, but this was so quick to blend together. I added a little bit of water at the bottom of my blender, olive oil, basil from my backyard, a clove of garlic, and some Parmesan cheese. And I actually forgot to salt and pepper the pesto, so I just seasoned everything after I poured it over the veggies. Pro tip, keep your pesto a little bit more liquidy so that it actually coats everything instead of just sitting on top. From there, I added chopped chicken on top and then poured chicken stock over the top of it. I would have used bone broth to add a boost of protein, but I ran out, so we just went with chicken stock. And then I topped it with cheddar and Parmesan cheese, which is such an incredible combination, especially with that broccoli. Then cover it in foil and bake it at 325 for about 45 minutes, or until your chicken hits 165 degrees Fahrenheit. This is one of my new favorite weeknight dinners because you can prep it ahead of time and just toss it in the oven whenever you're ready. So easy and so good. Definitely let me know in the comments down below if you try it. All right, ladies, that's it for today's What I Eat in a Day. And if you're feeling that calling on your heart that you're needing to cultivate a little bit of self-love, discover what thoughts and beliefs might be holding you back from living your dream life and living the life that you love, and holding you back from your dream body, or, you know, holding you back from becoming the woman that you really want to become, the self-love reset is linked in the description box down below. I would love to support you through your journey of finding self-love. Don't forget to come back next week. I post new videos every Thursday. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next week. Bye.